Okay, where were we? Last we left off here, this was yesterday, last night. Yesterday was good. Yesterday we made a little more progress on the automation for the furnace system. We got it set up so that the auto furnace is running correctly. We changed the format of how we're storing the data. And we went ahead and programmed how to craft all of these advanced alloys all the way down to here. I was currently working on... We ran out of memory. We teach you how to craft everything as like just objects in the memory, and we ran out of memory. We only have 127 lines. So when I left off yesterday, we were writing some code to extend the memory, to break it into 2 chips, where we could get more information on a second chip and get these last 3 recipes included in the memory for training the furnace. And I was having some issues there. I was running into troubles a little bit. I was just feeling tired and hungry and went and played with Cat. But I thought about it a little bit last night, and I think I've got some ideas for things we can do that should at least help with the issues I was seeing, if not totally resolve them. So I think I'm going to start with that. Let's take a stab at that. And then after that, I'm not sure. Maybe do some trading stuff. This could use a lot more automation. It would be nice to have more functionality here, and I can think of a few useful things to do. Could also start working on the cooling system and start moving the nitrogen into the nitrogen evaporation area, the phase chambers, or the phase change chambers, and start replacing this coolant line with oxygen. Those are things to do. Get that going. We can finally get to rockets. Been waiting on that for a long time. But I don't know, we'll see. Probably worth taking a detour sometime to automate some food production as well. And try and get some like chocolate bars going or something else. But to start, I want to look at this. What was going on here? What was going on? I think this... Let's see, we had changed the memory to add some opcodes. Before, if we take a look at this guy, if I import the code, this is the memory for the first chip. It used to just have 2 opcodes that we would plug in. We'd have a 1 and a 2, 1 for pop ingot, and 2 for reset, which would do the reset op. Okay. So, let's see, is this what's in there? Yeah. So I was thinking about it. I think we want to change it. We had, this one has 2 and 3. It has the reset, and it has the 1 and 2, the reset and the pop. And this guy, the second one, has the 3 and also the 2 again. It's listening into 2 as well and trying to pick up on the same signal. So I think we actually might want to change that and just make it really sequential. Let's add different opcodes here. I'm going to start by importing chip 2. This one's got 3 for pop ingot and it's got 2 for reset. Let's change that to 4. For reset stack. We'll call this deliberately. Reset stack is not going to reset stack. This is a reset op. We'll give it a new function called reset op. Reset op is going to do something and then return to main and continue doing the infinite loop. In this case, I think we just want to reset the stack, right? We just reset the stack, and then we set the mem code to 0 to say, alright, we're done here. Okay, so reset's now 4. It's going to call reset stack, which is going to return main at the end, I think. Let's take a look at that. That's not JAWL, is it? This goes to main. Okay, so this needs to happen at the end, and there's no JMain. JReset stack. So what's this going to do? This is going to, when we see a 4 on this memory code, which is running the opcode of the memory device, this whole mall, basically, the mall's brain, or mall's memory. When we see a 4 there, we're going to reset it to a 0 to acknowledge that we got that command and handled it. And then we're also going to jump to reset stack. Reset stack is going to clear the stack It's going to push a new stack. It's going to go to main. It's going to continue looping. Okay, so now we can send 4 to specifically clear this one. And then we can send that from the first memory chip. Reset stack as well. I was trying to clear the stack by doing clear DB like this, and that clears internal memory, but this doesn't clear the stack. So I remember I was seeing like 30 on the stack because we called it a few times. Calling it sequentially should prevent it from calling any extra. But more than that, we should probably reset the stack here, and we don't want to do it by saying clear DB. We want to say move SP0. We can explicitly set the stack pointer to 0, which just like clears the stack. Anything, any like overflow data just gets overwritten. Maybe we accidentally look at bad data sometime. But this should work for clearing the stack. And then we reload the stack. Okay. So we've tweaked this guy. It now has pop ingot, which I believe was already working. Yeah. And then it has the reset operation, which can be called as well. And does pop ingot need to reset stack? I don't think it does, because if it calls the opcode 2, that's calling a reset. Calling a reset is going to force a reset in here as well with the reset op. So I don't think we need to do this jump. I think we can jmain here. Alright. Yeah, so pop ingot is checking branch relative if not equal to 0, stack pointer 3. So if there's something in the stack that we can pop, then it's going to jump over and it's going to pop something off into our pop off the stack and into the displays where we specify how to build all the things. And otherwise, if it gets to 0, then it's going to call, or it's going to set that memcode to 2 to set a reset for the system. It's going to jump to main and keep looping. And then that's going to go ahead and come back here eventually to call the reset op. So I think this is how we'll do it. We'll add one new code here for 4. I'm going to save this. This is number 2. Confirm and export, and it goes here. Okay, number 1 goes here. And this guy changes a little bit. So what's this supposed to do? First off, the reset's supposed to clear the stack, and it wasn't. Again, we need to move 0 into the stack pointer. This is how we reset stack. We've got a reset stack function down here, I think, which is doing the same. This isn't quite right. This should also be, if it's doing anything to the stack, or if it's trying to reset the stack, we should be doing it like this. Okay, and then we want to tweak this so that when it handles the reset op of 2, it's gonna reset the stack to 0, just wipe the stack, and then it's also going to set the opcode here to 4, which is what we just programmed, which will be picked up in the next machine to wipe its memory, and then after that it's going to set it to 0, where it goes back to the idle state. So we should be able to use this to get the reset operation working correctly, I think. Alright, that seems good. And how are we on lines of code? We still have some to spare. Can I add just like a couple of new lines? Can we make it look a little nicer? We good? Okay, so this might help here too. Let's see if this helps or if this does it for us. I'm going to call this the furnace recipe 1 memory guy. I'm going to overwrite that code, confirm, export. Throw it in. Let's see. And then we can see the count on the stack. And we can see, yes, the count on the stack for both. So this has 61, which is 6 recipes, and then 1 bit or 1 entry telling it this is the end of the stack. This guy has the 1 stack on it, the 1 recipe, which is 10 elements on the stack, 10 objects, 10 numbers. Okay, I'm going to save. So first I want to just try and rotate through this. Let's see. Before we were getting it to break when we would just try and rotate. Let's start with a plain, first we can do a 1. Okay. That gets a rotate. What if we do a 2? Then that resets all the memory, but it doesn't rotate. So currently we're on steel in memory, and if we do a 1 again, it should go back to electrum, I believe. No, 1 will go to steel, sorry. So yeah, when we pop, it goes to the top of the stack and gets steel. Anyway, that looks okay. The reset worked. Let's just walk through these real quick. So we're walking through the first chip, one pop at a time, just manually running the pop opcode. We're looking for the transition to the second chip, which is in the super alloys. It's a little ways down, I think. How are we doing? Okay, it's right here, I think. Going from here to here is going to be the transition in the opcode, where we're getting the memory from here and transitioning to getting it from here. So I'm going to save, maybe save scum. Let's see if this works. I remember this was working in the past, I think. You can see it's still working now. It loads the recipe for that advanced alloy with all the requirements. Okay. Now, I think here's about where we were getting it to break. When I rotate again, hopefully it'll clear everything and nothing will happen actually. And then when we rotate one more time, it'll go to steel, I think. Let's try that and see what happens. But it might just explode. We'll have to debug. So we rotate one, nothing happens, but internally all the memory's been reset. Or so I theorize. We go to one again. It rotates all the way to steel. Okay, so that's what we were looking for. We just rotated through all the recipes and then got steel on the other end. That's good. Let's try and add the last missing recipe or two. And then make sure we can rotate through those okay as well. And I think it's good to turn on. This might be working already. Okay, so what's the last recipe? We've got this one. Astroloy. What about Hastaloy? What does Hastaloy take? Did I not already do this? I must not. Hastaloy is 600 to 700. It's a very specific temperature. Let's shoot for 700 exactly. Okay, first off, let's go ahead and get this started. So we will edit this. This is our code for the second memory, the extended memory, which is now ready to add more. Okay, so we go to the top of the stack here, or I guess the bottom of the stack. And let's go ahead and push in a new entry. The way this works is we just define basically every alloy is its own like 10 entries, where you define what's in it, these 3 items, how many of each, the temperature, high pressure, low pressure, and this teaches the furnace how to do the stuff and the things. So we're going to teach it how to make Hastaloy here. We're going to want to be making the Hastaloy. Hastaloy is composed of silver, nickel, cobalt, with mostly silver. Okay. So let's do... It is silver. It has 10 stacks of silver. It has nickel, right? Nickel. Gonna have 5 stacks of that. And then it's gonna have cobalt, which is an ore. Let's make sure we get that hash code correct. Silver, nickel, cobalt. Okay. So we've got the name of what we're looking for. We've got all the elements of it. And then we need the temperature high, which was 700. The pressure high, which it's got a pretty specific pressure. This one goes from 25 megapascals to 30, so let's say the 27 or so is probably good. We'll say 27 is as high as you'll bring the furnace. Low end is 25, so I'll have 2 megapascals where it can fluctuate if it needs to, pushing for 700. Should eventually hit that. Okay, that's Hastaloy. Last one is Stellite. This is the last one. Stellite takes, well, first off, let's get the name of it. This is very high temp with pretty easy pressure. Okay. So let's teach it the very last ingot, which goes up here, the bottom of the stack. This is going to be the Stellite ingot. Stellite ingot is silver, silicon, cobalt, mostly silicon. Silicon, don't spell silicon wrong. It has 10 stacks of silicon in it. It has 5 silver, 5 cobalt. 5 silver, 5 cobalt. That's all the ingredients. The temperature is very high. It should be shooting for like 1700 probably. Let's say 1700 to give it some room above the target threshold. That should be fine. And then the pressure should probably be like 12 to 10 megapascals. So 1700 pressure is 12 megapascals to 10 megapascals. Okay. That is all of the code for all of the ingredients or all the recipes in the game plugged into these memory chips now. Let's try and rotate through them real quick. Make sure that they all pop up. And then it rolls over correctly. And go from there. So let's see. First off, let's go ahead and do a quick reset. You go to 2, you should reset to empty memory. We go, say 1, it should go to steel. Looks the same because it's steel. 1 rotates, 1 rotates, 1 rotates, 1 rotates, 1 rotates, 1 rotates. Okay, so now it gets interesting and rolls over to the second chip. Just did that correctly. Can you continue? There's the Hastaloy. There's the Stellite. One should cause a reset where nothing changes visually, and then the next one should move us to... Ooh, that was at a 2, wasn't it? Did I just mess with this? You're good? What's going on in here? Did you catch that too? I'm gonna do it too. We can just reset again. I guess that messes up the rollover. Anyway, I think it's working. This looks fine. I think we're good. Now this mall manager could just call 1 to roll over to the next one. It's gonna... this guy's gonna roll the memory on this one when it needs to, and just naturally handle that, so this only ever needs to call 1 or 2, and all the memory is gonna be handled appropriately. That's all good. Okay, I'm thinking, is there anything else to see on the mall manager? I think the mall manager is pretty okay, or the furnace manager. I was thinking I want to look around where we do the reset. I want to make sure that when we do the main phase that we do a pop ingot. So when we're in stage idle, is that going to pop ingot? Yes, it's going to pop ingot. Okay. This is all I was looking for. So when we do reset, which is going to be after every craft is completed, then it's going to pop ingot, which is going to reset it all to steel, which is exactly what we're looking for. So this one looks good. Okay, I am going to save. I'm going to turn this on. The mall manager should start rotating through stuff. It should be able to rotate all the way to the new stuff we just made. All of these are full till right here. It should see that it needs this. Turns on the furnace. Starts sending in the various ingredients. They're going in now. And then let's see if it can craft this without trouble. And then correctly see it rotate back to steel after it does this. I forgot I had coffee. This is the most amazing surprise. Ooh, it's so good because it's coffee. Okay, well, it all seems good so far. It's just in the initial smelting phase. It smelts to 1,000, and then it empties. And then it does stuff. Should try and craft the specific recipe. In this case, shooting for a target of 32 at the high end, 30 at the low, megapascals, with a temperature of 1,000 Celsius, which it does by alternating hot and cold air to hug that one threshold, or hug that one target temperature. I think we can just look too. These are all red, right? So they'll go to they go to yellow when they are no longer super empty, and then they'll go to the purple here once they're full enough that they're not going to be auto-filled anymore, auto-crafted. Alright, here we go, moment of truth. Let's see what happens next. Should empty for a bit, we see that happening. And it's going to need to fill for a while. Here comes the hot gas, alternating between hot and cold, looking for that target temperature of 1000. And the target pressure of at least 30,000. If it's ever ready to print the ingot, it will halt everything, freeze everything, print the ingot. Should be about now. That goes out, that gets split up, that enters the system, and goes all the way to the back end of the mall here before this light gets turned off and the thing rotates and resets. We want to see that that actually makes it. These are like the furthest target. I hear them. They're just showing up. The light turned off early, actually. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. So we want to tweak that timing just a little bit. Import that code. Edit it. When we are complete. Come on now. Come on now. Where's my completed stage? First off, I'm going to take this real quick. When we are in the completed stage, when we do the check complete, here's the check complete. We do all the things. We sleep for 20 seconds. Okay, so first off, before we sleep for 20 seconds, I want to set the console so that we can see the Regents has gone to 0. Because this is going to be 0 now, or it should be. Maybe I'll just hard code it to 0. Which feels like a bug, and potential bug. Anyway, 20 seconds wasn't enough. Let's do 30 should be okay. I think 30 is good. And then you turn off the light, and then you reset the memory. And maybe you reset the memory a little earlier. I don't think this needs a delay. This could happen right here. Before you sleep for 30 seconds, get the memory all reset. And when this light goes off, it will pop the first one off the stack. I think that's a good change. This is our auto advanced furnace. Let's save here, overwrite, confirm, export, throw it in the thing. Should be loaded with stuff already as it's starting to craft more. And none of the logic should have fundamentally changed. We'll see this go to 0 when it's completed instead of hanging at 1000. The memory will get reset a little earlier, have it ready to go. And then it all hangs on this light. When this light turns off, that's when it's like, alright, the furnace is done, and the mall manager can take over and start assigning more things to be cooked. So we delayed that by another 10 seconds to make sure that stuff can actually reach the end spot and it doesn't accidentally make more than it needs to, which it's already done in the past. That 20 seconds is there for a reason. What are we out of here? We're out of nickel. We're low on cobalt-ish, low on copper. Gonna need to farm just a little bit to fill in these last couple of machines too. But I just want to see it do this last stage real quick. Make sure it's still working. Should be, but I want to see it with my eyeballs. And then I'll go farm a little. There it is. Got the 0. The memory's just reset. We don't see it. We wait 30 seconds, and then I want to see you start over at steel. Good. No, we need steel. That's why it starts over at steel. Cool. So it makes steel. Okay, well that's all working. Let's just farm a little bit. A little bit of copper, nickel, maybe a little cobalt. Let's go have some peaceful farming.
Oxygen critical.
That's cool. Oh, it's a storm. I think I don't care. I'm gonna save just in case. I'm totally blind. I'm kind of blind. Just gonna rough it. Let's go. Into the storm. If I die, all saves come. Nothing to lose. No fear. I saw nickel. Give me that nickel. Oh my. What in the happening is happening? Oh my. We're getting yeeted. This new storm is much better. I like being blind. You should be blind. It's a storm. I don't care if you got nerd goggles. Just grab whatever we can until the storm ends. Life will get easier. Oh, shiny, eat a cookie. Look, I'm a spaceman. We're doing good. Wrapping up the furnace code, I think. It looks like everything's working. Oh yeah. Alright, there's one bag of stuff. I don't think we need a lot of bags of stuff here. I think we probably already have enough. We just needed some nickel. For the most part. I do want to get the mall completely stocked though. Have it finished with all of the furnacing operations. Make sure everything's working. See all the lights turn purple. Feel good about it. It'll be a good place to start whatever comes next. miss vision. I miss when I could see with my eyes. Vision was nice. I didn't appreciate it enough. I don't think we need lead. I'll grab some, but shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's see, do I have everything we need? Should we grab a little more copper maybe? I know we're gonna need a lot of silicon for stellite. I know we've got at least 20 stacks. Might need like 40. Okay, I think we're good here. Where am I? Or no, actually, let's get a little bit of this copper. Okay, that is good. Now, quite literally, where am I? Right next to home. Entirely blind. Hello, house. Where am I? Okay. Oh my. What a storm. So we throw those into the chutes. Enter the system. Okay. We're home. We did it. We farmed things in the storm. Alright, so all of that is going to get processed, re-enter the mall, and then I think our production system was already hanging on something. So that'll allow it to continue. We should keep an eye on that. I want to see it do new recipes in particular. Make sure it's all working correctly. We can see this stuff is coming through. Even right now, it's finishing up crafting as we gave it what it needed. And it's one short. That's funny. Okay, so it's going to do one more batch of this, and it should move on. You are out. You are low. All good. Cool. I'm gonna... Ooh, should I... I'm gonna stand in the corner. I'm gonna run ads. I'm gonna use the bathroom. If anything goes wrong, it'll come out here. But I do want to see it do those more advanced alloys, or those other alloys. Make sure that the furnace is looking good, not doing anything strange. How are we doing? Doing the thing? I could just do this. I'm gonna take this over. This is mine now. I control this. I say it goes here. Because when I say it goes here, nothing else is allowed to touch it anymore. So that's gonna turn this machine off. It'll keep doing its thing. It's going to do this furnace job. It's going to fill this one, and then it's going to hang until I relieve the chute. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Alright, we're just now seeing the last of this resource entering the storage system in its proper vending machine, changing the light to purple as this is now done. Purple also means it's no longer going to craft this. It's going to move on to the next ones. The next one's being steel. We're low on steel again because we're using it in the more advanced recipes. So it is going to switch to steel and turn on the lights, and then nothing happens because I've locked up chutes. So I'm going to let go of the chutes and let this guy take control. It should immediately start delivering all the things that it needs for steel. We can see those coming out of the vending machines. It's going to make steel. And then it should rotate through to this guy. And we'll see how this one does. Is this one tricky at all? I forget. Yeah, this one's tricky temperature. So we'll see if the pumps have any issue. We might want to like turn them down a little bit. We could just fill the space more slowly. Wouldn't really matter. But we'll see if this works. Okay. What about like trader things? Why are you here? I haven't talked to this dude in years. I wonder what he's all about. You got some stuff you want to sell me?
Oxygen critical.
What's your deal? You sell all sorts of plant things. I remember this, including eggs. Exciting. You want to purchase water and a sampler and a genetic analyzer. You want a few things here that we could pretty easily make. And then I remember he wants a bunch of bulk water. He wants a bunch of bulk carbon dioxide. Both of which I was thinking would be pretty easy to sell to him to make a lot of money. Okay. So maybe I keep this guy around a bit. Let's throw a couple more things in there. He wants this with a small battery, plant sampler, plant genetic analyzer, and planter. I think it's probably worth setting up a chute system for the base. I've talked about this briefly. I think this is like a 5-minute project. I'm gonna do a super quick chute so that we can just like turn a knob here. And then, oops, don't have my suit. We can turn a knob and specify if we're going to the traders or if we're going to the floor. And then we can just craft things and have it automatically get loaded into the machines. That's going to be super easy. Let's take a quick stab at that. Meanwhile, what's going on here? You doing your thing? You went to 1,000. You're emptying all of the cold gas because you're too cold to make the recipe. So you empty for 10 seconds. And then you add some heat. Oh, it's right now it's doing the fluctuation thing to try and raise the temperature. Interesting. So it's going down to 1. And then it's bringing in hot air up to 2. Which shouldn't take long. I imagine right now should do it. There it is. But maybe that pressure range is too tight. Maybe 2 megapascals is a little too tight. Maybe we want to do more like 3 or 4. Anyway, we're good. It's working. Alright, I wanted to do a shoot thing here. Shoot thing here should be a pretty easy project. Let's go ahead and grab our handy dandy grinder. Where is the grinder? Grinder is where? They throw it on the ground or something? Are we gonna? I'll make another. I'll make another right away. I have the infinite resources now. I'm gonna give you one more quick look. Looking for the grinder. I must have tossed it on the floor. Come on. Oh, I put it in here, I remember. Yep. Found it. Not a good place. Not a good place for it. Okay. So what's going on with the circuitry? We've got the main power line here, and then nothing. So this would be a very easy spot to plug in a shoot circuit right here. Okay. We'll give it some power. Is there anywhere I want to do that? Is there anywhere that's less gross? This doesn't matter too much. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect base. This goes here. This guy gets powered. Okay. We now have power. Which can go to our programming, our dial, our shoot, and maybe a console to tell us where things are going. That would be nice if we could get that to work. Let's see. So first off, a housing. Have a housing. Housing can go here with this guy. Seems good. Compact one. That's gonna want a chip. This is gonna plug into this guy. There it is. We can put the dial like dead center. Seems good. Okay. There we go. Looks good. That gets plugged in. This goes up the wall. Main curves. Okay, let's take a look here. So we're going to want to run this all the way over to here, where we can do our shoot toggle thing. And then we're going to probably want to take over the circuitry line up here that's doing lights. I think we can pull off of that without any sort of consequence, basically. At least up to, like, this point. So let's do that real quick. We're going to grab the saw and probably buzz it there, clip it there, and then clip it. Let's see, where's this even coming from? It's coming from here, it's going this way, it goes this way. Okay, maybe clip it here. Where'd those clippers go? I right-clicked them and they went somewhere random. There. So we'll clip it right there. Let's get clipped and then clip this guy right here. Okay. So now this is on a separate line. And I feel like having all of these as generic red line is a bit of a mistake. It's becoming hard to figure out what line's what. We've got like 3 lines in this room now. Probably should be paying closer attention to that next time. Alright, we collect these guys. We're going to need to take the cladding off again. Probably clear this whole area. Make a little clear what's going on where. Okay. This is on the same circuit. That should give it power. All the way to here. Are you not connected? Oh, you're not connected, are you? Interesting. This one's okay to leave here. I think that's fine. This is already disconnected. This does nothing. Yeah, it does nothing. You're still going? Yeah. Okay, looks good. So we break off the power just a little bit, and these lights are now on the same circuit, which is nowhere close to overloading. Very little on this circuit right now. Okay, this is making our shoot dial for our shoot toggle. Where we will toggle it either down to the ground or over that way, which is going to be pretty much copying the logic we're using right here. Alright, and how are you doing? What's going on here? You turned on. You are out of items. And you successfully crafted the hastily. Okay, so when I wasn't watching, it did its job. And did the thing. Hopefully efficiently. It may have had issues. But that's good to see. And now we're just limited in that we need these 2 resources. 5 stacks there, 3 stacks there. The mall makes it really clear what's missing, what's low. These guys are at 0. That's great. And then we can build things here. Just request what we want, and it'll request resources automatically. Very automated. Looking good. Okay. Let's make a little more progress on this. What are we looking for now? I would like a powered chute. I think I have one in the wall somewhere, I remember. Powered vent, no. Regular chute, no. We can make more. We have the technology. But less items is less lag. Okay, I'm making more. Oh, we found it. False alarm. Okay, so this is we'll do the digital toggle. Not a flip-flop, but a toggle. Or is it a flip-flop? It is, it's a flip-flop, and then you do weird logic on it. That's how that works. Okay, so what direction is this gonna go? Something like this is probably okay. How do we want to do this? I think this is okay. I kind of like this idea. So I just want to see the face of this guy. It's going to need to be a little further away. Ooh, that's a little gross. Don't want to leave it there. Is that good? I think it's okay. As long as I can click the button. Can I click the button? I can't click the button, but I can programmatically click the button. So we're just gonna turn it on that way. Alright, that'll do. We've got our chutes. Let's do a glass chute. And then a corner. Dropping onto the floor could be right here. I think that's pretty okay. Maybe we rotate that a little. So you go this way. The chute. Yeah, this looks okay. And then a dropper. Where's the outlet? There we go. There we go. Finally, I think I want to paint these. You should be black. And this one will be white.
Hydration critical.
Alright, so the chute goes one way. One way on the chute is down, just straight down. The other way on the chute is to go this way and to reconnect over here where it's loaded into a vending machine. That's the goal. Should be pretty achievable. So you go this way with the windows so we can watch it because it's fun. You need to be painted. Guess I could have just picked up one of the windows. Okay, but we paint one, then we can drag them on, stack there. Window, window, window. And then let's run it along the wall. Not like in the wall. Corner, come on now.
Jetpack
Do we have enough chutes? I think I'm out of chutes. I think I got some wall chutes, right? I got some chutes over here. There's a couple. There's a few more. This might be enough. Either way, regardless, I would like more chutes. Give me 50 chutes. Any more chutes on the wall? Couple. No, it doesn't like that. I need to remove the cladding, I'm guessing. First off, let's add power to this guy, which is this circuit. So the power cord has to come down and around, which is a little gross. It hurts me. I'm getting lazy with it. Let's at least paint it. I'm gonna paint it black so it blends in, sorta, kinda. There we go. There's that. So you have power. You are digital chute. You should be called vendor chute, maybe? Or vendor toggle. Or even toggle chute. Something like that. Chute toggle. Chute toggle feels better. I'm gonna paint you black. That's gonna help a teeny bit blending in. Oh shit, what's that stuff even doing? Something just dropped. Did it? Or where'd it go? Did it get shit out over here? Where'd it go? I saw something zooping around in the tubes. Is it backed up here? I accidentally clogged my tubes. I forgot this was going to affect my everything immediately. Oh well, here we are. This guy is plugged in, it is named. Let's put the roof back on. And drink some water for the breathy boy. Okay. You don't need to breathe, my friend. It's okay. Alright, I remember. So this is going to need to be removed. Let's do it to here is probably good. And then we can do the mergers and run some stuff in the wall. So we have a junction going down. Yep, everything goes in, goes down. This is into the vending machine for the traveling vendors.
Hunger caution.
You're good, dude. We can go to here is okay. No. So at this point, this comes along. We're so close. Connects to here. Those merge together down. All goes into vending machine. We can sell to vendor. And we can walk up, click a button, and then make whatever we want to make that goes to that guy without any sort of issue. That's the dream, which I think we're pretty close to. Alright, are those chutes coming out? Are they just like backed up here? Do I need to immediately write some code? Might need to immediately write some code. Let's take a quick look. What do we got? It should be more or less copy-pasting the code that we've used for the chute dial. Let's take a look at that and hack it apart. Code, mall dial. No, 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 no. Almost did the wrong thing and overwrote it. It doesn't matter, it's still in a chip we could use. But let's just grab this code and take a look. What do we got here? We've got our flip-flop, which has a fantastical name. We have got a dial and a shoot valve, I'm calling it. That's the toggle. Then we've got a shoot dial console to tell us what's going on. Those all seem like reasonable inputs. We can do that now. Add a console here, which, yeah, sure, I'd like to see. What you thinking, dude? So shoot dial console can live here. You want to do it like that? It's good. Probably put it up there too. I think this is okay. We'll do it right here. And maybe even change that to like a human readable string someday. Say vendor or floor would be good. But for now we can just label it too. And grab, I think there's a label on the floor. Put it right here. Do I want something bigger? Is this good? I think I want 2 of these. And I think I have 2 of these. I have 10 of these. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Yeah, this seems good. If we're gonna get it wrong, we might as well commit. Alright, so we've got our toggle. It's gonna go to either 0 or 1. Let's tweak this. It now goes to 0 or 1. Okay, 0 for floor, 1 for vendors. Thank you. Stage idle, stage update. Starts with stage idle. What's this doing? First off, I think we need to set our flip-flops on. Set batch flip-flop setting. No, set it on 1, because right now they're off. So this is how we're going to start. Then we can also save this. So we have a mall dial. We have our crafter dial, maybe. Our loot dial. I'm hesitant to use crafter. I'm gonna call it loot dial, but I don't like it. Okay. Loot dial. All the fancy loot we create from any of our loot machines goes through the loot dial. I already don't like it. We're gonna stick with it. Let's go. We're gonna turn the flip-flops on. I'm not sure that's the right flip-flop. It might be left. I forget. We are going to default to stage idle. Let's see. It sets them, it resets them to 0 and sets the output to 255. So they're flip-flops that are supposed to toggle, but we set their count to 0 and we set the point at that they toggle to 255. We do that with every iteration of the loop to force them into one position or the other. Okay. Update is going to... This is overly complicated, isn't it? We don't even need like anything. This is using a bunch of branching to determine a hash for the target shoot and all sorts of stuff. Let's just delete a bunch of code. I don't think we need almost any of this. Oh yeah, yeah, and this isn't even... We don't have a valve, we have a shoot toggle, we're gonna call it. It's a different variable. So I have a shoot toggle, and then target shoot is gone. It's our shoot toggle. And then we'll have a value. We're not going to keep track of last dial setting, are we? What are you doing with that? This might have been better as a fresh program. There's like nothing we're doing here. It's basically read the dial and assign it to the chute directly. That's all we're doing. There's nothing fancy going on here. Okay, the mode is how we're setting the chute. So this is basically what we should do here. We're not going to set by name. We're going to set D toggle chute. Or is it chute toggle? Toggle chute, chute toggle. I did the same thing up above. Which is it? They both are okay. Chute toggle. Mode is 1. This is not going to be set by... We're not going to need this flip-flop anymore. We're not doing set batch here. We're doing set D chute toggle on 1. We're going to set D chute toggle setting 0. D chute toggle setting output, that one. The D chute dial console is the dial setting. Okay, that's still just the dial setting. Good. Our mode is going to be tied to the dial setting. That's all it is. Is it 0 or is it 1? Okay, and the 1's gonna go down. I'm thinking, should we invert this? I think I want to invert this. I'm gonna add one more variable. We're gonna say alias v chute or v toggle mode is going to be R12. This is 14. This is 13, 15, 14, 13, 12. We've got toggle mode. Toggle mode's going to be computed in the loading variables. We're going to load our dial setting, and then we're going to say what we want to say. Set not equal to 0. V toggle mode. V dial setting. Or no, we want to set equal to 0. So if the dial mode is let me double check this actually. How does this work? I think 1 is down and the other is straight. What do you look like? Where are you? So 1 is down. 1, we want the mode to be 1 when we go down to the ground. And then we want the mode to be 0 when we go out to the vending machine. However, I want to set it up so 0 is floor and 1 is vending machine. Just because that feels better. So this needs to be inverted. When it's 0, the mode needs to be 1, so it goes to the floor. When it's 1, the mode needs to be 0. So we're doing a little bit of inversion here. We're going to say the toggle mode is set equal to 0 on the VO dial setting. So the mode goes to 1. Toggle mode is 1 when the dial setting is 0, and it's 0 when the mode is 1. So this is our toggle mode. Toggle mode comes up here and goes here. Do we even have like any sort? I don't think we have any sort of like. There's no stages or anything. This was a mistake to even keep any of the old code. Let's get rid of all the stages. Any sort of stage logic. Keep this really, really simple. It's a, whoa, what the what? What did I just do? What just happened? Uh-oh. Something just happened. I think we need to fix something. But what? Wait, can I just cancel and then get back to where we were? Is that gonna work? Oh yeah, we got it all back. Okay. So this goes, we have our toggle mode, we have V last dial setting goes to, we have our dial setting, we have our toggle mode, we have no stages. We set the thing to being on, we load variables, we always set the setting in the output so that it never flip-flops accidentally. We remove any sort of stage logic. We just set the toggle to be whatever the toggle mode is supposed to be. So the D toggle mode is whatever the toggle mode is supposed to be. No more stage logic at all. We should remove all of this. Keep it simple. Nothing to do but load the variables and set the chute based on the toggle. Okay. We should have started with the blank program, I think. That's fine. So we've got our dial, we've got our toggle, we've got our chute dial console. Those are all in different variables. We've got 15 and 14 for our registers for the dial setting and the toggle mode. We start by setting the chute to be on to begin with, just for this one corner case now where we accidentally had it off. Yield for a second to let things settle. Jaw load vars, which is going to load the dial setting from the chute dial. That's already all working. It's going to set equal to 0 for the toggle mode to just flip-flop it and invert the mode and the dial. We're going to come back here. We're going to set the setting to 0, setting output 255. Set the console to show us what our dial setting is. And then finally set the toggle to be whatever mode it's supposed to be. Okay, I think this is good. This seems really easy. Let's plug this in and turn it on, and it breaks immediately because it needs programming, and turn it off and program it. It needs a chute dial, which is our chute toggle. It it's our dial. It needs a chute toggle, which is our chute toggle. It needs a, wait a minute. Chute dial, chute toggle, chute dial, chute dial, chute toggle, chute dial. Those are bad names. Chute dial console. Maybe just chute console is better, so that it actually reads when we're trying to program it. Edit, save, overwrite, confirm, export, save, override, buttons and buttons. Turn it on. It's gonna break. It's not gonna break, but it will get stuff here. You are supposed to be the display. Turn that on. You're 0. You go to 1. You should flip-flop based on that. Let's see. So you're going that way now, I think. And if we go here, you're going this way now. And everything fell the way it was supposed to. Okay, so I think that's it. That's a little nice to have. Now we can make things and immediately sell them to the vendor without having to micromanage stuff, which is useful right now because the vendor wants to buy a bunch of things. Potato. Potato. All right. Oh, I forgot. We didn't even finish the chutes. That's a good place to start. Let's finish the chutes and then maybe test this out and sell the guy some stuff. Okay. Alright, are we good? Can I set you, if you're on floor, I want to just make some stuff and send it my way real quick. Give me one chute. Give me one whole chute. And let's see it go to the floor. Nice. Okay. What else? Give me one cave. Or actually, we need one of these. Give me one of those. No, we got one of those. Where's that? Give me that fuse. This fuse blew once upon a time, so let's reach. Why? Alright, I guess we're not doing that. What's your problem? Why are you blowing? Didn't I fix this shit? You better not have any problems. How much power is on this line? Why are you exploding? Potential is 38 megawatts. That's pretty solid. Actual is 3.6. That's a lot too. It overdoes it at 5. Maybe the fuse allows it to like go to its potential and then immediately snaps. Also, why is your potential that high? What can even like pull that much? You shouldn't be able to have the transformers that give you more than like, oh, it's you, isn't it? You can give it tons and tons of power. Alright, well, I'm just gonna we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Cut that. That doesn't make it into the video. What was I doing? I wanted to test to make sure that this flip-flop doesn't flip funny. Can you give me just like a single cable? Give me one cable. You give me one cable, you pull the thing, you release the cable, goes up, should go floor. Okay, now I'm gonna switch. Let's go to the vendor. I remember he wanted one, or no, I want this. So you wanted to plant something. Some sort of plant something. Was it this? Maybe. Was it this? I don't think so, because that's super expensive. I think it was this. I'm gonna give you one of these. And this should be going to the vendor now. I want to paint you different color. Maybe purple. Just testing. Looking good. Okay, that goes to the vendor. And did you want this? Let's check what you want, and let's sell you whatever you want now. That's easy to do now. How you doing, guy? You wanted this thing, right? You did. Good. So you want one of these. You want 2 planters and 7 trays. 4 pipe utility liquid. Anything else? Nah. I think that's all here. Planter, give me 2. What a mess. Gotta clean up after myself. And what was it, 4 hydroponics? No, 4 of the pipe utilities, 7 hydroponics? Give me 7 of these. Oh, these should just be thrown in the garbage. Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah. Where are these from? The wall, probably? Alright, that's done making the things, right? You're all done? You done? Yep. I want a small battery, and I want this to go to me. Give me 1 small battery. Then I need the liquid pipe kit or something? This one. 4 of these. Those go to the vendor. I think it needs stuff, so it demands stuff from the mall. Are we out of stuff? No, you got stuff. We're still out of stuff. We gotta farm a little bit of this. Cobalt and nickel. Finish this one up. Get the stellite. Whee. Whee. Dude wanted a plant analyzer thing. That's a tool, isn't it? Interesting. Plants. Nope, this is our rocketry machine. Tool machine is here. Plant sampler. There we go. Give me one of these. This goes to the floor. Go. Okay. Why are you hurt? Weird. Alright, this guy wanted this thing. So I'll throw it in. I think that's all the things he wanted to buy.
Oxygen critical.
Let's take a look. Nope. How are you doing, guy? I got these. Oh, I got these. Oh, I got these. Machine works. I even got these. That is a lot easier. The last thing he wants is muffins and carbon dioxide and water. Do I want his money that much? Debatably. That's a program we should write. That's why I left him here. But I'm tempted to just bring in more interesting traders. We have $25,000 ruse. We can buy a lot of nitrogen with that. I'm gonna keep you here, but I'm not so sure about it. Okay. I wanna go do a little mining. Let's get some nickel. Let's get some cobalt. Let's keep the machines going. I wanna see everything get all the way filled. All of the advanced alloys. I think we're super close to being done here. Okay, and we ready to go? Drink a little first, maybe?
Oxygen low.
Nickel and cobalt. Just grab a little bit of everything. But focusing on nickel and cobalt. Nickel and cobalt. I think I remember all the machines were yellow, basically. That's a good one. How much do we need? At least 10 stacks, I think, of cobalt. Maybe even like 15. It's a lot of cobalt. So peaceful. Love this game. I'm probably about good on nickel. Got a lot of nickel. I think we only needed like 10 stacks. I think we wrap up the recipe, and I don't think stellite takes nickel. I know it does take cobalt, a lot of silicon, and then I think steel. This is probably plenty of nickel. Alright, what about the cobalt? Need cobalt. This one's choosy. I know we're gonna need a lot of cobalt for the next recipe. Let's grab a bunch. How many are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stacks or so. Probably could go to at least 15 or 20, I think. I should start making the next recipe. Purple where? Am I gonna go straight into lava in the center of a mountain? I hope not. Kinda looking like that, maybe. This is wild. Where am I? Where's the purple? Need purple. Purple where? Has this all been mined? Maybe. Purple rare, I think. That's pretty near good. How are we on stuff? We've got spare jetpack. That's good. What about some nice cobalt? Any more cobalt before we leave? A little bit of cobalt maybe? We're super close to where we want to be. Almost enough to make some stellite. Let's get this last node. We're good to go. Looks good. Belt bag a little. Sure, good enough. Let's go home. Where do I live? I do not know. That way. We're zooming. Zoom, zoom. Look at that big, beautiful house. Now with a brilliant furnace. Trained to cook things. Needs more color on the outside. Still feels real gray. Not very presentable. A little chonky, even. A little bit cluttered.
Jetpack low.
Okay, we're home. Let's go ahead and put stuff in these chutes. Looks good. I think some batteries are low too. Alright. That's some work done. So that is all entering the system and resuming. Cool. The crafting continues. close are we here? We are at 9, so it's going to do 3 more crafts of this, I believe. Are you going to be able to do that? Does that take steel? No steel. Silver we have tons of. Nickel and cobalt we just got a bunch of. But it's going to use through a little more than I expected. We'll see. Seems good. What are you? I want to bring in new people. I want this guy to go. I'm bored of you. I want to get more nitrogen. I want to buy nitrogen. We can
Oxygen critical.
sell whatever to whoever. We'll set up some storage and some pump systems and some automation so that we can more easily sell gases and liquids. But for now, you can go. We've got $25,000. We could buy a ton of nitrogen. Alright, how we doing? What's going on here? Still crafting. You need 3 of those. There's 0 of those. Didn't I farm an absurd amount of nickel? Pretty sure. Pretty sure I remember that. I was there. Okay, well we need to investigate that. Why isn't any nickel making its way through? What's going on? I haven't seen the auto furnace fail. I don't think ever. The one on the ceiling, I mean. Maybe it's struggling. Alright, this guy sells nothing I'm interested in. He doesn't want to buy anything either. Oh, this guy's got nothing going for him. Could buy some chocolate, I guess. We'll send him away immediately. And what is going on up here? You're still auto furnacing things? You having troubles or something? I see things going through. I see things melting. I see things going through. I think it might have just been busy doing like just everything else. Silicon, iron, whatever else. I can see cobalt right there. Okay, you're good. You can turn those off. Everything's fine. And what has all this done for our supply of nitrogen? What's that doing? Nitrogen is up to 7.5 megapascals, 19, almost 20,000 kmol. 15,000 kmols, 500 liters of liquid, which is not much. Okay. So we've got like in this pipe is like half of a single square of liquid when the pool needs to be like 3 squares deep. You need a lot more nitrogen than that. Gonna want to do some trading or get a lot more production one way or another. Alright, a couple more quick checks. How's everything looking here? We've been using these a lot more now. You are at 40 down to 2300, which is fine. You're at 34 still, you're fine. Fuel is, whoa, fuel is way up. Awesome. Fuel's up to 24 megapascals. That's crazy. Okay, how about water? We have 500 liters here. We have, it looks like about 5,500 liters fills the pipes, and then it's starting to overflow into the tanks more. I think. That seems good. This is always at 500. You're good. You're good. How are you guys doing? Still chugging along? How's the queue? Up to almost 300. These are turning on when they need to and keeping up, and then turning off when they don't need to. All working well. You're not like broken or anything. You're just below the 500 point that you'll turn on. Alright, so everything's looking good down here. Just checking on things. Oops. Any interesting vendors? Anyone new? This one was no good. This one maybe. 3x3 means not very valuable, but maybe they got money or something. Let's bring them in. Better. The floor is clean. Nice. Still making this. Needs nothing. Up to 14. It's gonna do 2 more. How are we on staff? We got 5 of this. We got 5 of that. So we're immediately gonna be out of nickel again. I don't know that actually. It still hasn't all processed. It's probably gonna keep rising. What's the last one? Stellite. I think I remember silicon, steel, cobalt. But let's check. Silver, silicon, cobalt. Okay. So that's good. We have infinite silver, so that makes it cheaper. And we have enough silicon to make a few batches. So we should be able to see this go up. In fact, we should see it go all the way to 20 if we're lucky. I'm gonna let you keep doing your thing, you're fine. Alright, little dude, what do you got? You have anything to sell? No? You have anything you want to buy? Water? No? Mediocre vendors for now. Oops. Let's see, what else should we do? Mostly I just want to see this work. We're seeing it do the last batch here of the Hastaloy. Hastaloy, whatever it is. Nope, there's gonna be one more after that. It's gonna go 19, it's gonna need to do one more. It's got enough mats. Cool. Are we gonna have enough cobalt? I don't think we're gonna have enough cobalt. It's gonna use up the last 5, and then we're gonna be out. Pretty sure. We're listening to the Hastaloy run along. Alright, I need very slightly more cobalt.
Oxygen critical.
We have exactly enough to finish that last recipe, which means we'll have 0 left over for the stellite. It's going to be 5 stacks per recipe. So we want at least 5 stacks, not more like 10 or 15. I think we need 20 to like fill up the machine entirely. 20 will fill up stellite, I mean, and stop the furnace stuff. It'll start just being done and rolling over. It will be full for the first time. And then the only things not full will be the like lower tier ingot machines, since they have all been feeding into the fancier resources. Pretty cool. I'm excited to see that. That's a big first. Fully automated construction line. Just needs ore generation super bad. But I've also been spending more time farming now over the last couple days than I imagine I'll farm for a long time in the future. This is making like huge wells of resources. It's gonna take us forever to go through like 20 of the fancy materials. They reduce huge amounts. Turns 1,000 resources into 250. Just grabbing some everything. What about that cobalt? Can we get some cobalt? Would love some cobalt. There we go. Ooh, look at that. It's a bunch. No nickel was low. Grab some of that. Would love to get a little more cobalt. I'd love to see us enter the point where all of the machines are full enough that the furnaces turn off and it just rotates forever over the resources. It's gonna be beautiful. Cobalt. A little bit of cobalt and we'll be good. feel like this is good for now. Let's go plug this in and see where we're at. Probably pretty close to completing the crafting. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go for this one. Let's get this one first. Oh yeah, big cobalt. Got a couple ads popping up here, and then I'll take this home, drop it off, and see if the stellite crafts. Back in a second. Looking good. That's enough stuff for now. It's like getting hard to find the front door. Need a bunch of purple lights would be good. A big signal. Front door here. Maybe some nice big signs. Okay. All that goes in. Gets processed. Bring this dude in. I don't think they're any good. Let's see what this one is. Eat and drink and wait for everything to run through the system. Catch those bags on the other end. You're locked up on cobalt, right? Oh, look at that. We're on the stellite. Nice. So purple all the way down to the last resource. Very nice. And let's see if we can do this one. Okay. Let's see how it handles the super high temperature recipe. Should be fine. I think our hot tank should be more than enough. But we will see. Oh yeah. That's warm. Okay, just finished crafting. Does that make it? Science. Okay, it starts rotating through everything again. Gets all the way to stellite, sees that it needs this, turns it on, starts demanding stuff, starts throwing it through the pipes. Starts the great cook. This is so cool. What a fancy wall. This is a smart wall. I feel like this wall's smarter than me. nice. How are we on resources? We have 7 cobalt. We're gonna need 10. I'm gonna let it cook. I'm gonna go grab those 3 stacks. I wanna see this be totally done. We are extremely close. Let's talk to this vendor.
Oxygen critical.
Got anything interesting? Can I sell you some things? I set up my shoots so that I can shoot things to you real easy. Do you need any things? You want a repair package? This is actually... Ooh. This is tempting. This is a bit of a pain, but for a lot of money. I'm gonna let him go. Alright, 3 stacks of cobalt. So close to done. It's beautiful. Don't need silver. Don't need gold. Might need copper. 3 stacks of cobalt. That is 2. That is 3. Let's just fill up the one bag a little more. Steel's always good. Big lag. Holy. Chonk. Meh. Maybe? Meh. Maybe? Probably meh. We'll bring them in. We'll check. We'll just keep bringing in vendors for now. Until we get better logic for automating. Oops, and I forgot. We gotta drop off our ore.
Oxygen critical.
Or go here. Pull the chute. New bag. Alright, how we doing? You're trying to do things and you ran out of cobalt? No? Everything's good and you're running? Nice. Nice. Okay, so this should be the last smelt of the auto furnace before the entire mall is full. All the way. All the advanced alloys turning purple. And then the only draw from now on is whatever we spend. So it kind of took a lot of resources to get all those machines filled. But in a good place now. And this one is the very end of the line too. So let's see this get done. And let's see it not try and do another smelt of a resource it doesn't need. Should be totally done. It should rotate through the whole stack now. Through all the memories from both the memory devices. And just looping and looping and looping forever and ever until something is low and they'll start crafting it. Did you do the thing? I don't think I saw you pull the thing, but I'm guessing you did. Just gonna listen for it. Does it finish entering the device before the alarm turns off? Nope. But I think we're good because it's so far along. Alright, so it's rotating through now. It sees that we have at least 20 of all of these. Not you. 20. Is it shooting to be... Oh, it's shooting to be above 20. Which is when it will change to purple. So I'm pretty okay with that. But this is going to go to 25 then. So it's going to do one last smelt. That was wrong. And it may even need something. What do you need? Silicon? You're out of silicon. You're out of cobalt. How much did we need? You need 4 silicon. No cobalt. Alright, alright. Okay. Just because we're so close, I'm going to go do it.
Oxygen critical.
Just need 4 silicon. And then it will do the smelt. This whole area has just been completely mined out. Just been mining around my base. There's 4 silicon. Might want to grab just a little more. That's a super common resource. It's used in all sorts of stuff. It's just gonna get deleted, turned into the fancy alloy right away. Any more silicon? I know we're out of cobalt too. It'd be nice to have at least like 1 in the machine. But that's not really used by anything. About a little more silicon. Have I already basically totally cleaned out this whole rock? This rock has been turned into base. It's now pipes and computer code. Just one bag's plenty. Should be okay for now, at least. The mall doesn't need to be super well stocked. I just want to see it reach the stock of the advanced alloys, loop forever, be relatively full. All the expensive stuff. It'll be full of the expensive stuff. Alright, this is real good. This base is getting solid. So now we have auto generation of gold and silver. We can plug in any other ore generation into there. And that'll separate the regions and centrifuges. We have a system for digesting ore, where we can just insert belts or insert ore down there. That's going to get auto furnaced. Get all split apart, get all auto furnaced and cooked into stacks of 50 of whatever it's supposed to be. Distributed in the mall. Overflow gets dumped into lava. The machines. I'm going to talk to you, machines. 1 second. The machines are automated, so we can just specify on a counter how many of stuff to create, and then click go. And then they'll just auto craft whatever they're supposed to craft. If they need resources, they'll request it from the mall. Those resources will be automatically distributed. We have some logic that runs over the mall to give us live feedbacks of how much ore is in every machine, and if anything is low, changing colors to red or yellow. So you could just quickly look at them all and see what's going on. It goes from common resources to advanced. And we've got an auto furnace that will run over all the craftable resources. See if they're below 20 or 21, I suppose. And craft stuff to keep them in stock if they're below the threshold. We've got auto furnace logic here that manages the furnace, where these properties are enough to get the smelting done. And we are currently wrapping up our last production here before this whole system goes into basically idle mode. Everything is full and we're good. This is good. This is big automation. If we can plug in rockets or remote bases and get auto ore generation, this is essentially a sandbox at this point. I have infinite resources. They're all handled automatically. Don't gotta think about anything. Seems real good. Alright, that last bit of stellite is going through the system. This dude's sleeping for a few seconds while that gets stocked. This guy should go up. We can see it filling. Number updates, 25. All the lights are off. We're a little low on some of the basic stuff. Out of cobalt, low on silicon. Other things are good. Everything is now auto-crafting. It's super cool. This is definitely the most advanced space setup I've had. Feeling pretty happy with this. Okay. And now you go into chill mode where you're just looping forever, right? Are you trying to craft things? No? Are you still waiting? What you doing? Why are you just sitting here looking at me? This was the last little bit. I guess this is when... This is why I wanted to see this. This is the one edge case we haven't really explored, I think. Okay. Let's see. Do we see anything going into the opcode? You're to 2, which is reset. That should get picked up by you and turned into a 3. Or no, a 4. Which should get picked up by you and turned into a 0. I've already tested 2. So I don't know why we're still seeing a 2 here. Where are you at? You're at state 1. You have one thing in your stack. You're at state 0. You're an empty stack. Okay. So where are you in your code? That's what I'm thinking. How are you not catching this 2? Let's take a quick look at the code. What's going on here? What's going on in your brain? What's wrong with your brains? This is our memory 1, I think we want to take a look at. So memory 1 is looping forever. It's looping until... it's looping on the opcode. It's loading the opcode. And it is just... it's looping on that opcode until we get to either a 1 or a 2. Right now, I know it's hard-coded to a 2, or not hard-coded, but I can see it set at 2. So it's looping on this guy. It should be 2. Should be seeing this 2, which is going to be the reset op. The reset op is going to reset. It's going to move the stack pointer to 0 to reset the stack. It's going to set the mem opcode to setting 4. Then it's going to jump to main, where it's going to keep looping forever, waiting for a 1 or a 2. So this overwrites the opcode. Yep. And it wipes the stack. Goes to 4. Okay. And we're not seeing that. So somehow this code has gotten into some sort of loop where it's not hitting this main loop, I think. Otherwise we would be seeing the 2 pop up. We'd be seeing this code get hit. We'd be seeing it go to 4. So let's take a look. What am I thinking here? What's going on? Do we have some sort of funniness going on? Reset stack is going to move the stack pointer to 0. It's going to push everything into the stack. This is pretty straightforward. It's a lot of code, but it's just memory, and we've seen it all work. Okay. What's going on with pop ingot? Pop ingot is going to branch if equal to z, sp, reset stack. So if there's nothing in the stack, it's going to reset the stack. That's first off. And then it's going to peek at what the top of the stack is. It's going to branch relative, if not equal, top of the stack to the end of stack, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to jump to here if we are not at the end of the stack, where we have this end of stack pushed. And then it should do a big pop, and then a JMain, keep looping forever. If it does enter this, then it's going to set the code to 3 to tell the next memory to pop. It's going to sleep for 1 second, which actually doesn't even need to do, I don't think. Probably should get rid of this. Tell it to JMain. This is for 1. I'm going to overwrite it. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything there that would be a funny loop, and I've seen all this work. So I'm not sure why you're not. Let's see. You're just chilling at a 2. Without this picking anything up. If I pull you out and put you in, is that going to cause it all to reset? It will. So it gets out of whatever funky loop it was in, where it wasn't working. Okay, this guy's walking through everything. Let's see what happens. Is it going to get to the end and get stuck in 2? What you up to? It's rolling over everything. It's going through all the things. Right now it resets. The next one should be steel. Or is it going to get stuck here? Get stuck in 2. Okay. So after we are rolling along and we get to, let's see, we get to the end of the stack in memory 2. At the end of the stack in memory 2, we are getting stuck on opcode 2, which seems odd. Let's see. So what's happening here? Let's see. I can see that it's popping stuff off correctly all the way along until the end of the stack, which should be like this area right here. So pop ingot will say branch relative if not equal to 0, stack pointer 3, jump 1, 2, 3 lines of code. If the stack pointer is not equal to 3, or sorry, if the stack pointer is not equal to 0, and then it will do the pop. So as long as there's something in our memory, then do this pop. Otherwise, which is the current case. We're at the very end of the list. We've popped everything off. The stack is completely empty. Stack pointer is 0. Then it's going to go ahead and enter this line where it's setting it to 2. It's going to jump to main. Okay. And then this shouldn't get called again until we see popping it with a 3. So I feel like this is getting hit. It's setting the memory correctly to 2. We're seeing that here, where it's a 2. But then there's no reset invoked by this memory chip. Why? Imagine reasons. There's probably reasons, and they probably make sense once they make sense. Trying to think of like how this could... I'm pretty sure this is being executed. We could even do something like this. And say like negative 99999 and then give it a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say when you hit this point and you're going to change the setting to 2, we're going to make it really clear that I'm the one who did this by changing the overlay on this guy. Instead of showing the count of whatever's in the stack, it's going to show negative 99999. So I'm going to know that that got hit. Maybe we do something similar with the logic in memory 1 to try and catch it. Or even just to get some like insight into what are you, like what's in your brain? Where are you right now? I feel like you are stuck in some loop where you're not hitting the main correctly. Okay, do I want to do this? I'm pretty sure this is already happening correctly. Pretty sure we're seeing this. I'm going to keep it like this. Memory 1. Show me memory 1. What's going on here? Do we have something funny going on? Do I have a branch relative where I need a branch? Or the vice versa, an inverse of that? Pop ingot. Branch, if equal to 0, SP, reset stack. So reset the stack at the stack pointer 0. Peek at this guy. This is jumping 4 lines. Branch relative, if not equal, R0, end of stack 4. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4. If it wasn't for this missing line, this would be breaking, I think. This should be a 3. 1, 2, 3. Call pop in next mem code, which is what we're doing. Set this to 3. Okay. And then do your series of pops. Pop, 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 pop. This shouldn't change anything, but let's see. Let's throw that in. That's going to reset everything. Does the reset. I expect it to go all the way to Stellite and then hang at 2 again. That shouldn't have fixed anything, but it was wrong. Oh, I didn't even see it go to Stellite that time. That time it went to something different. Maybe not. Are we good? Now it's rolling over? It might have been that branch relative was causing trouble, but I don't feel like it should have been. Or maybe it rolls over once but not twice. Huh. I guess that was it. I don't have confidence in it. It doesn't make sense to me. That was a error. But it shouldn't have been doing this. It should have been doing nothing. Or causing some sort of funny interaction with the memory, maybe. Anyway, I think we're good. This is exactly what we're looking for. It's now rotating through everything, including both the memories and including the reset. Where we were sawing it consistently, or where we were seeing it consistently break before, it's now consistently working. I might need to keep an eye on that and just be sure that it's working correctly. But I think we're good here. I think this is working. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm good overall. I think it's break time, food time, walk the cat time, stand up time, move around time. It's been 7 hours of being a computer. It's time to not be a computer. This is really good though. I'm happy to see this working. This is super cool. This is like exactly what I was hoping to be able to do. I wasn't sure how we were going to get here. But we're going to get here through like 2 weeks of programming apparently. It's just it's just like 4 pretty large problems all broken into different IC chips. This is probably like 1,000 lines of code. But it is doing it. It's doing the whole thing all the way. From the regions to the super alloys to showing us exactly what's going on. Alright, that's awesome. So we are definitely getting to the end game here. Feeling good. Not sure what we'll do next session. We'll find out. See if maybe this vendor wants to buy anything. And then I think I'm going to take a break and hang out with Kat. Do you want to buy anything? You don't sell anything interesting? Sells eggs. I like eggs. Goodbye. Alright, seems good. I'm happy with this. I take a break. I'll probably do some streaming tomorrow, I would think. I've been posting a lot of this on YouTube. If you want to watch any there. Let me see who else is streaming Stationeers. Let's throw them a raid. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had fun. I'm glad to see this all working.